Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said he is counting on India, which now holds the G20 presidency, to push for the implementation of a Russia-Ukraine peace formula. Prime Minister Modi and President Zelensky spoke over the phone on Monday in their fourth phone conversation this year. Zelensky congratulated Prime Minister Modi on the presidency of G20, saying India had a key role to play in implementing this peace formula proposed by him.
Сьогодні говорив з прем'єр-міністром Індії. В наступному році саме Індія головуватиме у Великій Двадцятці. Побажав пану Моді плідного головування, причому плідного не для когось окремо, а для усіх у світі, хто цінує мир.
In a tweet after the phone call, Zelensky recounted the announcement of his peace formula at the G20 summit in Bali in November to end the war. He said he now counts on India's participation in its implementation as G20 chair in 2023. The Zelensky-Modi conversation is significant as India begins a series of meetings to finalize the agenda for the G20 summit, which is expected to be held in September 2023 in New Delhi. Prime Minister Modi has conveyed India's support for peace efforts while reiterating his call for immediate cessation of hostilities between Russia and Ukraine. Zelensky's 10-point peace plan had included ensuring radiation and nuclear safety, food and energy security, release of prisoners and deported people, and implementation of the UN Charter with restoration of Ukraine's territorial integrity. Kiev has said it wants a UN-backed peace summit in early 2023 to end the war. However, it specifies that Russia must face a war crime tribunal first. The Modi-Zelensky phone call comes in the backdrop of a meeting of CIS nations and huge support from Belarus for Russia's military operation in Ukraine. This includes the nuclear-capable Iskander missiles. For more on this, let's now go across to our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, who joins us from New Delhi. Siddhant, a very important conversation that took place on Monday between Prime Minister Modi and President Zelensky, and now Zelensky says he is counting on India to implement this important peace plan to bring about an end to the war between Russia and Ukraine. What more are you hearing from your sources in India's foreign ministry?
Well, the reason the Ukrainian President Zelensky is keen on India and the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and had the conversation is simple, that India is the president of the G20, a powerful grouping, and India will be hosting the summit in the month of September here in the national capital, Delhi. He is keen that India can play a role in terms of making sure that this conflict can come to an end. We know that this role was earlier with Indonesia. The Indonesian president went to Moscow, he went to Kyiv as well, hoping that there will be some kind of ceasefire, but that did not happen. In fact, President Putin also did not turn up for the Bali G20 summit. But can India do the magic? India has a very good relationship with President Putin and with Russia, and it looks like that India will be keen that President Putin comes to Delhi, but will it basically make sure that the Western partners of India will not be attending? That is also a big question. And the other big question is that will India invite President Zelensky for the summit here in Delhi? Because remember, the Indonesian did invite President Zelensky and he addressed the G20 summit in Bali virtually. That is also the big focus. There is no confirmation as to whether India has extended the invite to President Zelensky, but the big focus will be the role India plays in next few months when it comes to its G20 presidency, and the role it plays as a neutral arbitrator of trying to diffuse this conflict between Moscow and Kiev.
All right. Clearly, all eyes will be on India as it gets set to host the G20 summit in September 2023. Thanks very much, Siddhant, for all those details.